Something terrible has happened, which is what prompted this video. Two of my toys were touching each other in the bedroom door that I store literally everything and just piled inside of, and they melted. And then I had to say goodbye to some pretty expensive toys. And I don't want you to have to say goodbye to your expensive toys. So today we are going to be organizing them in a manner to not only keep them protected, but also accessible and private. Before we jump into organizing, and I have tips and tricks and all of that jazz as well, let's first check out a few new toys from Bellesa. They are kindly sponsoring today's video. This here is the Pebble. It sports 2 motors, is waterproof, rechargeable, comes in this little discreet case, fits the palm of your hand so perfectly. I have gifted 2 of these to friends. It is designed with suction on one end, vibration on the other end, 2 powerful motors, 5 different levels of intensity, no annoying patterns. It charges inside of this case. You see those little metal nodes right there? You just line them up on here. With that, shut the case, plug it in. It could be charging on your nightstand. Nobody would ever know what was inside of it. They might assume retainers. They do have an entire discreet line. That's where like most everything that you find in these little packages, they are going to be rechargeable. This one's the Air Vibe. This, I believe, is one of their most popular toys ever on the website. This one's designed to be internal and external. So you have the G-spot stimulation, the C-spot stimulation, still in a little discreet disc, but this last one is the one that I'm most interested in. It's called the Discreet Thrust by Bellesa. It also comes in a discreet charging case. It's also totally waterproof. This looks like a makeup brush kit. It has a recharge port on the bottom here and 5 insertable inches, as well as vibration and thrusting action. They do all come with their own charging cord. This one is kind of like the Demi wand that I had shown in previous videos, that you hold the bottom to get it to turn on, and then you hit it to actually make it do the action. It has 5 different speeds, and the correlation of the vibration and the speed are together. So everything intensifies as you hit the button. I think that's the craziest one. This is a ridiculously pretty color too. Did you know Masturbation Day is May 28th? You have plenty of time to go on to our link down below. All you have to do is put in your email address. You should get an email within about 5 minutes. Check your spam folder if you don't already see it. And you are guaranteed to win either a vibrator or a gift card towards a vibrator on their site. So thank you, Bellesa, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to work. First step, and what I just did was I went through all of my sex toys and I weeded out all the ones that I didn't want, that I never really gravitated towards. I paired up all of the chargers with their respective toys, and I inspected all of them to make sure that there was nothing that was melted or torn, or like a casing was coming off or the battery wasn't charging or something like that. So I've weeded out everything that I no longer want. And the very first trick to organizing all of our sex toys is going to be socks. Actually, the hack is a cotton bag, but cotton bags are very expensive. Even if you try buying them in bulk online, it'll cost you a pretty penny. I got this whole pack, this little 6-pack of crew socks for $9 at Target, and I think these will work just dandy. You do want them to be 100% cotton, that way it's fully breathable, but this is going to be the protective barrier from your toy against the toy that it's going to be sitting next to. It's also conveniently shaped like a bag so that you can put the little charger in. It doesn't have a drawstring closure at the top, but I think it's fine. For $11 a bag or $9 for essentially 12 bags, I'm gonna go with the socks. I looked specifically for socks that were very thin, that way it was very breathable, and then also didn't appear to be fuzzy on the inside, because I didn't want little socklets to be all over my toys. I guess if they're fuzzy on the inside, you could just leave them inside out. So this is where I would want to stick in the charger, and I find it a little bit strange to show you my used toys. So, all right, a charger and a toy in here. I don't know what to do with all this extra. I feel like, do I tie it? There. That looks like the saddest little sack. Some of the other ones, like different things, kind of came in their own bags. Like this toy had its own bag. I just kept the charger in with it. This was like a collection of toys that I could probably fit into a sock, but I kind of like it. They all are like, it's interchangeable, so everything goes together. So I just keep it all together in a bag. I'm gonna try a larger toy. It's like putting a condom on it. This one I think is gonna be bigger than the sock, or not. It works. That works too, and I still have like enough strap. If I wanted to flip it around and tie it shut, I could. I forgot to put the charger in there. I would assume the bags would be a little bit easier, because this was kind of a snug fit, but I mean, for the price. Would this be considered like an inconspicuous way of hiding a vibrator in luggage, or would they open up the socks to see what was inside? If you work TSA, let me know how that goes. I have always been absolutely terrified to bring any toy like on an airplane, through TSA, even through checked luggage. I haven't done it. Never done it. These do look stupid. The silicone ones are a little bit harder to get down in there. So if you don't want to do this and you do actually have the space to lay everything out nicely, what you want to avoid is rubber touching basically anything, because rubber is very reactive. That is the primary cause of your toys melting when they touch each other. Also, anything that looks like jelly or is flesh-like, designed to be flesh-like, those ones are usually highly reactive. So you got to keep those ones specifically separated from anything else. But I've lost way too many toys, so I would still suggest the bags or the socks. It does also keep them cleaner. Like, think about your hair being stuck to it, or dog hair or something like that floating around your house. You know it lands in literally every single spot. So this is sanitary. That's good. Another thing we all need to be doing is keeping our lubricants and our cleaners separated from our toys, because if they spill or leak out at all, they could ruin a toy. So I keep those in like their own little plasticky bin. So here is everything organized. Now if I was to stick this back into the drawer and literally just throw everything on top of each other, everything would be safe. Everybody is protected from one another, and the lubricant, they're all going to stay clean. I do really like that all of those came in different colors. That is so satisfying to me. But also, I know what toy is in each of those. I've memorized the colors of those, but these I would have to guess. Or have memorized the shape of them and do it by feel. But I'm really digging this. That's method one. That's the easiest by far. And I think we all need to be doing that anyways. So next up is a lockable case that is actually designed for your adult toys. It has a little combination in the front there. You could flip it over, and then you have space for some toys in there. Now, I don't really love this because it was kind of expensive and it doesn't hold a whole hell of a lot. These ones for adult toys tend to come like faux leather lined, and they also aren't that inconspicuous on the outside. I would be curious as to why an adult had this if I was looking at it. Like, I'd be curious what was inside, and I would surmise that it could potentially be an adult toy given its shape and its pattern and its lockability. But it also sadly doesn't fit every toy, and you would have to stack them all on top of each other in order for them to like fit in here. I guess you could fit a couple things in there, but it's really not, I don't know. I feel like you have a toy collection that warrants a little bit more storage space than that, or you're about to have a toy collection that warrants that. So while this is okay for somebody with a small collection, I would suggest this instead. This is called an ammo box. It's only $20, and you can fit so much in here. It is water resistant, weather resistant, crack proof, basically. It's meant for carrying like a lot of ammunition. It is a hell of a heavy duty box, and it also has these holes in the front so you can go ahead and just throw on a cheap little lock of any sort. It has one right there, or on this side. So if you need 3 different combinations to keep people out of your stuff, you go for it. I use mine for edibles, but I'll dump it out so you can see how much we can fit in there. All right, so let's try the biggest one first. Does in fact fit. Let's toss in these bags. Like, kind of easy to reach, and then just toss in everything else. There. Okay. It actually fits everything. I did not put the lubricant in here, which I guess it doesn't really make sense in here. Or I could probably just stick it in a plastic bag, a waterproof bag of some sort, and just shove it in here because it's not like it's that many. A locking case is a magnificent choice. The last method, and what I think is going to be my favorite method, is this underbed storage. It's just normal underbed storage. It wasn't designed specifically for sex toys or anything, but I think it's going to work out perfectly for that. I think this thing was like 17 bucks. Pop it open, put in the base that it came with, so then it has like an actual rigid bottom. Okay, a few things I really like about this. I'll probably end up buying more, not just for adult toys. It has a little pocket in the front. I didn't even know that it has a label that you can write on it what's inside. Like, maybe you want to put something secretive like Christmas decor that nobody would ever really want to touch. Now that I have the bottom in there, it has really good structure. The lid is a little bit floppy, but it doesn't have a see-through window. And a lot of them did come with a see-through window. I get it. I get that you would probably want to see what's inside normally, but this is meant to be a bit more inconspicuous or conspicuous. On the listing, when I zoomed in on the picture, it also appeared that it could, in fact, be locked by one of these because the holes in the zipper are so big. Like, look at that. Let's fill it up. This is, I think, the way that I'm going to end up storing mine now so that I can clear out an entire drawer. I want to get rid of like everything that I personally use in that cabinet and make it, it's like a 5-drawer chest of drawers. And I'll show you. And I want to make it all work related because the bottom 2 drawers already are. It's basically stuff that I feel like I could easily put in. Does this whole thing zip off? Oh no, it doesn't. Jesus, I thought the entire thing was about to zip off. Yeah, I mean, everything that's in there I can move somewhere else. I can already tell you, I already know, this is my favorite method. It's going to hold everything without having to pile everything on top of one another. So if you wanted to color code different socks for different purposes, you could keep everything separated so easy. You don't even have to put them in socks. You could just lay them in here. It does feel like a much cleaner environment. Like, you're less likely to get hair or dust or anything like that in here. But you know what's even better about this is if you have additional items to stick in here, it would all fit. So for example, all right, we're gonna move the toys towards the front. Now I've made some more space, which the other storage solutions basically ignore the fact that you might have additional equipment outside of the standard toys and like lubricants. Oh my god, I love how this turned out. I need to get another lock though because that one's for my edibles. I think Underbed is definitely my favorite because it's where it's supposed to be, close by, and it's so easy to access and then it's so easy to hide and kind of just shove away. I needed a little bit shorter of one. This was a 7-inch, but I'm gonna get a different bed anyways. All right, so that's it. That's everything that I have for you all today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for organizing my sex toys with me. Don't forget to check out our link down below with Bellessa. You are going to win either a gift card or a free vibrator. You literally cannot lose. Thank you, Bellessa, for sponsoring today's video. Thank you to all of you for being here, and I love you a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, real quick funny story though. I am about to throw away all of these items that I did not want. Last time I did that, I threw them away directly into the garbage can. The garbage can dumped, dropped a cock ring down on the ground, frozen into the ice, and then all of my neighbors walked in front of my garbage can for the entire day until I went out there and realized it was the most embarrassing thing.